Hey, James, this is Chris and Bill and Joel, and we're going to just talk a little bit about Zhang Zhuang and their experience of it over the last 4 years. As I said 12 years ago, I introduced this idea to a state champion level wrestler who's also Pinjot Salat and Kali Sakal, stick and knife man. And he took it to the nth degree. He can't find MMA guys that want to work out with him anymore. And so he's kind of on his own a lot. But I introduced Rob, that fella, to Bill and Joel 4 years ago. And Bill and Joel are black belts that are no pushovers. Anyway, who would like to tell what happened when Rob came over?
You want to start with the Rob explanation? Because you started with the
Yeah, I started with Rob. Rob came in here and literally with his Zhang Zhuang, he just started moving us all around the floor, and there was no stopping him. It was literally, if he wanted to move forward, he was moving forward. And with every ounce of effort we could give, we were A-framing completely sideways trying to push this guy and just moving through us. And I mean, again, I don't consider ourselves pushovers, right? We put up a good fight.
How much you weigh?
Right now, 250, 255.
Yeah.
At the time, same. And not that wasn't because he was big. He was moving through me like Clodig was moving through me. He just had.
And who is John Clodig?
Oh, John Clodig, you're sensei. Yeah.
Okay, the head of the Yanagi Hara.
Yeah, Yanagi Haru. And this guy didn't have the same in his hands and all that kind of stuff, but I could feel that what he was doing was he was just moving through me like a brick wall. He's a juggernaut. And Joel and I decided we want that because whatever that is, that had to be part of the repertoire.
You have anything to add, Joe?
Yeah, so basically what it came down to is how do you stand there and beat a movable object? That's really what he was playing with. There was two ways that we really kind of keyed into what was going on. One, if you have an injury, how do you start conforming your body around that to deal with the injury, specifically a back injury? That was my issue. Two, you look at people working in the field, working on a farm, they do it all day long, and you don't realize it, because you have to do it. It's called structuring your body. You have to structure your body to be able to deal with a load. So that's really the core foundation of what Zhang Zhuang is.
Now, you both are engineers, right?
Okay.
So you can come up with some modeling that helps this.
Yeah, but in this one...
And you find that this is not just hocus pocus. Okay. It's actually physics applied to body mechanics.
Yeah, and the people who are not engineers, they call it posture. And you either have it or you don't. And that's not true. It's not true at all. You have to develop it. It's a developed skill. It's just like any other strength. It started with, by holding our hands out like this. And what happens is when Joel's going to see that there alone, my body adjusted because I expected a weight to show up. I have to support this weight. My body, my lower back knew I'm going to get torn out if I'm not prepared for this, right? My thighs knew, oh my gosh, I'm going to be bearing a whole bunch of my weight. My arms, my shoulders, everything about my body just adjusted. The problem with that is I should have been there in the first place. That should have been my posture anyway. You learn that when you work the fields, when you're working hard toil, when you're pouring concrete, when you're doing construction, and you're carrying weights everywhere, when you're carrying weights in your hands and you're slamming hammers, you start to learn this conditioning in your body. And that's where it starts.
It's a strong condition, and a lot of people end right there, where it becomes very strong and heavy and hard, and you can't tone it down.
Yeah.
You look at it at the fine arts as well. If you're going to do some painting here, you're not doing it like this where you got your shoulder jacked up, you get fatigued. The painter even starts to learn that he's doing it with this relaxed, aligned posture. Yeah. So it's fine arts, it's hard arts, it's in everything.
So it can come through just normal activity. Do weightlifters naturally get this?
They're going to have to do it. But the problem with them is they do isolated motions, so they're not doing occupational type things, right?
Right.
The guy who was swinging a scythe, the guy who's digging a ditch with a shovel, he's doing it occupationally.
Yeah.
If I'm just on a bench and I isolate this muscle like this, did this go into my body?
Yeah.
No, it's one muscle. And so,
but if you're doing leg, what do they call it, deadlifts?
Yeah. So
you're going to get some of it.
That guy's going to get it. The body shaper.
But you're not going to get a sensitivity to it, are you?
No, because you have to find. We keep saying relax is a bad word. It's about comfort, right? The very first thing you do is Zhang Zhuang teaches you your alignment through exhaustion. It is exhausting for most people just to stand for 5 minutes with their arms at their sides, and really what they should start with is him falling on your hands. Bam, okay. Your line it up and you find the comfort there, and just standing there for 5 minutes, most people will be blue in sweat and dying. And that's where we were when Rock came in. And since then, you learn the other poses. You learn how to hold the tree, hold your belly, put your hands out in the stream, get I call it volleyball set, setting a volleyball for the other guy, right? And then going back to here after 30 minutes of constantly going back to, I'm going to express pressure, hold things up, you start to get a little fun with it. Then you go out of it and you say, okay, well, now I'm going to stand here and I'm going to imagine weight coming down on me, even more weight, and find the comfort again. Then I'm going to imagine things coming forward at me, like I'm rushing through like wind, right? I got a hurricane coming at me. There, now change your direction. Comes back at me this way. And you start to feel your body change. And as long as you listen to it and start to put yourself back in place, find the relaxation again, the comfort again, then you can start pushing on the wall for real. And doing the same thing and pulling on the wall for real. Pushing and pulling. And then finally starting to step through that, and you're going to feel that alignment still on. And after you start...
As you're moving. First standing, then moving.
That's where Rob was. That's what Rob was doing, though. Is he knew how to do it while he's stepping. He didn't let the whole thing go away. He kept his comfort on and was able to just walk through us like we were just paper dolls.
So this is partly about grounding to earth.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so that is really the first element that you're learning in the internal higher levels of martial art.
Yeah, and really, it's not about muscles like what Joel was saying. Most people got that thing and they tense up. No, that's exertion. No, comfort. It should be.
So get in a comfort posture and let. All right. Well, put your arms out, whatever, and let Joel push on you, and you explain what's going on.
Yeah, like this is coming in. This pressure is getting grounded through my body. I'm not tensing my body to hold this up. And this is on my no line. This is my weakest line of my body.
You're not pushing back at him through your hands.
Watch him take himself off.
You're just going down.
You feel my compression, a little bit of springiness.
Right. That's it. That was in your knees, not your shoulders and pecs and arms.
And I wasn't committed to him. I'm committed to just being in the ground.
So now pull on him a little bit. And what's going on now?
Also notice, I'm not going up here and doing a muscle. I'm going to fatigue as well. So we're both getting in Zhang Zhuang positions. Right now, he's got an equal weight Zhang Zhuang position. I've got a lighter left shift Zhang Zhuang position. So we're both in a stalemate with Zhang Zhuang. I let go, neither of us really shift.
Yeah.
We're actually pushing with the earth when we get down to it.
All right.
So that's what it's about.
And can you show pushing on the wall? And then, Joel, could you get two swords and we'll do pushing through the swords?
That's the door frame, right? I could push against things. Or I pull.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Right. And you're not committing or putting weight through your toes to keep yourself grounded.
It's the exact same feel as this. As doing this. Aligned. I have just as much tension in my belly as I have in my lower back. Just as much tension everywhere in my body. It's a comfort position. It's someplace that should be restful.
So you're truly neutral.
Yeah.
And in other words, this is what the poets of China would call being in alignment with nature.
Song. S-O-N-G. Song.
Song is the Chinese word.
Chinese word.
Right. Let's cross swords for a moment and define two things. Of course, this is getting a little bit beyond Zhang Zhuang. But first, just that idea of the shield so that a man can't go above or below your sword. And then just show the push. Could you explain that just a little bit? Because this happens with arms, with hands, with weapons, the idea of shield.
So when we really get down to it and we start branching from Zhang Zhuang to something defensive and like Zhang Zhuang as well, I don't want to be in a position where I have one heavy spot on a weapon, but he still has a pack. That's bad science. I want to be in a position where he doesn't have a pack. He can't come over, he can't come under. No, so I'm not exerting very much.
So the only thing he can do is back off.
Yeah.
And the moment he backs off, what do? You attack. Right.
And that's typically when we grab a random person and we give them this stance, they'll back off. And they instantly get cut for it because they have no path around this.
Do that with forearms now. So now, can you move above or below Bill? No.
This guy.
And if you try to enter, he's uprooting you, right?
And notice I've got my Zhang Zhuang position. I haven't shifted yet when he's going up or down because he's really grinding up against that tree. But once I do a Zhang Zhuang shift down, over, and up, I can start moving him and not moving him.
And if he were to back off at all, you fill that hole, and there's technique,
Yeah.
right? And can you roll him upwards and uproot him?
So I basically took him and started rolling this position. If I want to get around his Zhang Zhuang, I've got to start destructuring him. That's the only real way around it. If we're in Zhang Zhuang fight position where he's got Zhang Zhuang, I've got Zhang Zhuang, we're in a stalemate. This is going to last a long time. I've got to start looking at paths to start destruction. I shifted his alignment up. Notice his hips up. Now I'm going to strike position.
So then the other side of Zhang Zhuang is that you can feel and understand what's going on in your opponent's structure, and that gives you strategy in your fight.
Absolutely.
This is excellent. Hopefully you'll have some questions, James. That was a mouthful, and I want you to think about that. And these two guys got a load of valuable stuff from that trilogy, Warriors of Stillness. I hope that you take some time and look at that trilogy before I get back, and we can keep talking, from a distance until I get back. And I think you're going to get a lot out of this. Thanks. Bye-bye.